Hello and welcome back to another interview at Dubai Seamless Middle East. I am here with Neil, a good friend of mine who we've met a couple times at STEP Conference, In5, Founders Community, time and time again. But this time, I really get to see you face to face in front of your booth. I'm really proud of you. Tell us a bit about yourself so the audience could know a bit about who is Neil and what is Neil building.
Thanks. I'm Neil Sheth, and I run Rightfully. We're a storytelling agency, and we've just launched our first tech product, which is called SayStory. And SayStory is all about allowing the thought leader in you blossom. And so the real challenge that we solve with SayStory is two things. Number one, you're a founder, you're a small business, you have a big aspiration, and you have a voice and you have expertise to share with the world, right? But often that person they're stuck in their head. They know what they want to say, but they don't know how to say it. And more importantly, they don't know how to write it. And the moment they're asked to write it, they're like, and they lose time, they lose confidence, but they're a genius. And so what SayStory says is it allows them to voice their thoughts, and SayStory does all the hard work. SayStory thinks about the hooks. SayStory thinks about the calls to actions to use and the way to frame it. We've taken our 7 years of storytelling experience and we've applied it to SayStory. So all we need that one person to do is voice their genius mind and let SayStory actually do the hard work. And so that's what we believe in, that the expert should do the thinking and you let SayStory AI do the actual doing. And so you've got the high value work on the person, which is the thinker, and you've got the lower value work, which is the application. And so what we've done with SayStory, you've got the human insight with storytelling SayStory, transforming that into something remarkable, and then we've got a human edit, so we wrap it around with a human.
It's really cool to see how you're integrating AI with creative marketing for yourself and branding, because I, as a content creator, I always have things stuck on the tip of my tongue, but I don't know how to get the words out. You know what I mean? And this is helping with that, because the AI just, all you have to do, the AI polishes what you're trying to say. Is that right?
That's a really nice way of saying it. So the AI takes that genius mind, some of it's technical, some of it's non-technical, and it says, how do I frame this in a way that someone else understands? And how do I weave in what you say within the story? That's really what SayStory is about. The second thing is, we use it in our business to collaborate with all of our clients. It saves us 300 plus hours a month. And the way we do it is we remove emails, we remove interviews, and we remove poor briefs, and we send them SayStory. We send a link, they click on the link, our clients, they voice their thoughts, our team has their mind within 1 or 2 minutes, and we can click a button and we can create a marketing brief. We can create a messaging brief. We could actually create the first draft, right? An e-com brand could use SayStory. They would send a link to their clients, their customers, and they would gather feedback at scale, because their customers would realize, hey, I could just voice my feedback. The client now has their feedback in 2 minutes, and suddenly they click a button and they can write a customer success story. Not a small testimonial, like an actual story. So what we're doing, the big why, is we're bringing efficiency and speed to communication and collaboration, because right now it's broken. And I know, building the storytelling agency and working with clients, it was a complete pain for 6 years. We've been using SayStory for about 1 year, and it's changed our business overnight. So marketing teams, comms teams, and agencies would implement SayStory, and it would just transform their business. That's the second angle. And the first is, like you said, I'm a founder, I'm a leader, I have something to say, and let SayStory do the doing, do the saying. You just give it your input.
That's brilliant. I can't wait to use it. Is there a free trial? How does it work? Walk us through the onboarding process.
Great question. It's a topic that we think about a lot, actually. You know what? We spend a lot of time. We built a really good, slick process, and Most of our clients, they just sign up. It's a very easy subscription for an individual. At the moment, it's $37 per month. You can cancel anytime, no pressure, or you can pay for the 12 months and you get 2 months for free. And then you can upgrade to, as we call it, the Comms Orchid plan. This is where you're really communicating at scale within a team. But for a founder, a small business, SayStory, the individual rose package is what we're all about flowers, which is why we have these flowery names. $37 and you sign up and it's done. And our team's always there to support you, and more importantly, learn from you. And so we have our customers basically sending a shopping list of, hey, we want to be able to do this, do this, do this. And that's the really cool thing about SayStory is we planted a seed to solve a particular problem, but it looks like it's growing into others.
Fantastic. Honestly, this is actually one of the things that I will take away for sure out of all the marketing agencies here. Because, and I have just one question to finish on. Is it your opinion that email marketing is dead?
That's a strong question. I don't actually. I think, look, actually, it's a relevant question because I did a talk this morning in front of 60 large businesses. And here's the thing. There is Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. These are all channels you do not own. And I know you're big on these channels. And I wish to be as big as you on these channels, yeah? There you go. But ultimately, as the US is looking at right now, is removing TikTok. So anyone that's built a TikTok audience in the US, you would argue has now kind of lost that, right? Has lost that momentum. So what I would be thinking about is how do you get first party data, which is your email list. It is a channel that you own. But more importantly, you gotta work hard to keep that customer on your channel. And the way you work hard, as you all know, as Gary Vee says, jab, jab, right hook. You gotta give 3 times and then ask. And this is what brings it back to storytelling and education. You gotta educate these people. More importantly, you gotta educate them on something that they physically, they have a real pain point and interest around. Like you can't be sending marketing messages and sales messages.
Inboxes are always full.
It's killing. And that's the key, is the retention. That becomes harder. But if you take that mindset, you won't struggle.
So what's the verdict? Is it dead or not?
No.
Okay, I got it. Neil, we're going to take this much deeper on another time.
Oh, wait.
But for now, thank you so much for that insight. And I really, really wish the best for SayStory. And I know it will explode.
Thanks, mate. Really appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll leave all the links in the description below. Do check out Neil's profile on LinkedIn and check out their website, which I'll leave there as well. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.